Hi and welcome to my channel. So I'm going to be telling you about an amazing opportunity in the UK that is currently recruiting massively. And the best part is that if you're overseas and you need visa sponsorship to move to the UK, or you're already in the UK looking for a good opportunity for you to switch your visa, then this opportunity is going to be perfect for you. And let me tell you something. What I like about this is that it's one of those sectors that not so many people always apply, which means that if you put in your application for this, it gives you significantly higher chances of success. So if you're new to my channel, you're obviously welcome. And if you haven't joined this family, hit the subscribe button below because you want to be the first person that is notified every single day when I drop a new video on here. I'm somebody that I consider myself a massive enthusiast of UK visa sponsorship jobs so that you can move to the UK without spending millions, thousands of pounds, but most importantly, if you're already in the UK, that you have access to some of the best opportunities in this country so you can progress in your career to ultimately work less, earn a lot of money, and get to retire early. The reason I'm talking about this is because this is how I started my own UK journey 13 years ago as a carer in a nursing home. And in that time, I've studied nursing. I've done two master's programs as apprenticeships, which means I was paid to work and study at the same time, and I mean paid a lot of money. And now I work as an advanced nurse practitioner, which is the most senior clinical nursing job that there is in the profession. So I'm sharing this with you out of experience and out of knowledge and exposure, and like I say, a lot of interest in these processes. So this is why I'm talking about it. And if you need to contact me, by the way, to talk about your specific circumstances, if you check the comment section below, you're going to see my contact details. So that's my WhatsApp number as well as my email address so that you can contact me at your earliest convenience. You're also going to see a link to join my free newsletter. You drop your name and email address and you're part of it so that I send that information directly to your amazing inbox without you having to miss out on such vital information that is crucial for your personal and professional development in this amazing country. Because like I always say, we're not coming to the UK to be worse off than we were back home. Coming to this country is that you should improve on the quality of your life, the quality of your family's life and journey, but most importantly, you should live a more fulfilled life with more money, obviously, because yes, why not? The job is very tough, so we can as well earn while we do the work. And so, what are we talking about? Obviously, in today's video, we're talking about religious workers. Look, this is something that before you're like, hey Melvis, what's going on here? I would like you to drop a comment in the comment section below. Which UK jobs are you currently applying for? Because if you're watching this video, it's because you've got interest in UK visa sponsorship jobs or you're looking for a new opportunity for yourself. Which UK jobs are you currently applying for? Please leave a comment in the comment section below because it helps me to kind of tailor the information that I'm sharing with you so that I can share information that is way more relevant to you and obviously more valuable. So drop that in the comment section below. Now, with a religious worker visa or jobs, before you're even thinking Melvis, but I'm not a clergy, I'm not a pope, I'm not an imam, I'm not a pastor, and all of that. I'm going to tell you there are two things. Look, in fact, three things now. Because the first point is that there is a religious worker visa that anybody can apply. You don't need to have any sort of like religious affiliations and all of that. Anybody can apply for a religious worker visa. There is a minister of religion visa, which is only for ordained ministers, as per the name, obviously. And thirdly, and increasingly more so, many UK organizations such as the NHS are increasingly giving a skilled worker visa to normal people who are there to provide spiritual, religious, and pastoral care to the people within their organizations. So these are the three categories where if you're applying for this job, you can expect to fall in one of them. Obviously, depending on your personal circumstances, you're going to fall within a different category, but it just depends on how you put in your application, but most importantly, which organizations you're using. If you use the NHS, for example, I tell you that's going to give you the best bet. And for the purposes of today's video, I'm going to focus on the NHS opportunity because it allows you to bring your dependents to the UK. It doesn't require ALT, but most importantly, you're going to be exempted from many fees that private companies you will have to pay. Because I know that when you need visa sponsorship, I mean, money is tight. That's the whole point. You're trying to move here, for example, or if you're already in the UK looking to switch, you've got rents, there are lots of responsibilities. So if you can reduce your cost, it is going to be significantly easier to be able to achieve your outcome. So that is the reason why I'm talking about this. So I'd like you to leave a comment in the comment section below and say religious worker, because it tells me that you're following through with what I'm talking about, but most importantly, that you're absorbing the information and indeed you're going to put in your application, because that's the point I'm taking all this time to share this video with you. So I'm going to tell you the requirements, obviously eligibility criteria, how do you apply, and what are the tips and the tricks, that you need to be able to put yourself forward. Not only that, but to be successful, because all these opportunities are very competitive, because imagine that if they're looking for, say, 10 people, what do you need to be chosen to be part of the 10 people? So again, it's about that confidence. There's nothing that beats confidence. Knowing that you're deserving is going to take you far than any qualifications, experience, knowledge. It's the confidence. That's what helps. So drop a comment in the comment section below and say confidence, because that is the key. Confidence to put yourself forward, to know that you're worthy and you're deserving. So the role is to provide spiritual, pastoral, and religious support to staff members, patients, relatives, visitors, and literally everybody within the organization. Because the UK is a place where when you're unwell and you're in a hospital setting, for example, you deserve that holistic care. It's not only about the fact you're religious. I mean, as a nurse, I have worked with many people who are not religious, but they still have spiritual needs and they still deserve to have that spiritual care. If you want to apply for this job, look, this is the most important thing you need to know. And during the interview, this is what they're looking out for. So for this job, it is not about you being religious. It is about you being a very good listener and being able to listen to anybody, whether they're religious or not, whether they're an atheist or not, whether they're from your denomination or not. It doesn't matter. It's about having an an open mind, a listening ear. That's what people need. Because like I say, in the UK, there are many people that are not religious. They don't belong to any denomination. In fact, some will even tell you that they're atheists, but they still have spiritual needs, which means that that is what you need to demonstrate, within your application and also within the interview process. Let me tell you, this is the most important thing. If there's one thing you're going to take out of this video, this is what I'm telling you about. Because like I say, I've got a lot of experience with these processes, and this is exactly what it is that I'm looking out for. And because you take time to watch this video and you're going through it and you watch till now, it's only fair that I tell you. Because if you go there and you're going on about God this, God that, that's not what this job is about, please. It is about supporting people with their spiritual needs, even people that are not religious. And this is the reason why many organizations are kind of, I don't want to say they're moving away, but they're kind of looking more at the person rather than an ordained minister. Because when you are an ordained minister, they still recruit for these, by the way. For example, they'll say a Catholic or an imam or pastor or things like that. They've still got those. But like I say, because it's very, very difficult to recruit. I mean, how many priests are there in the UK? How many pastors? It's not really a sector where they have loads of people to recruit in the UK. So it's very, very difficult. And the few trusts, obviously, that have these, they are reliant on overseas workers. Because when you go to many other countries, there are thousands of priests, thousands of pastors, you know what I mean? But in the UK, it's very difficult because people don't really get into these professions, as a profession to have the certification. So if you're overseas and you've got these qualifications, it's always an added advantage, obviously. That's what I'm stressing on this point, so that you know what to focus more on, because also if you come to a patient, you come to a patient and you're going on about your religious beliefs and, about God and this, they can get very upset. And if they get very upset, it's very easy for you to get sacked. Very, very easy to get sacked. Again, I've spoken to many people at work and I've said to them, Minister, I know that this is your job, this is what you're thinking about, but guess what? You need to kind of tone down when it comes to all of this, because people are different. It's about the spiritual needs. That's the key. So drop a comment in the comment section below and say spiritual needs and pastoral care. Those two things are not the same as being religious, please. They are not the same. But how do you therefore apply? And in terms of any certification, obviously, if you do have any, that's an added advantage. But like I said, you don't. It's more about being a listener. If you've got experience, supporting a congregation, that's going to be an added advantage because it shows that you already have some knowledge and some exposure within this sector. And so obviously you're going to be preferred. But if you've got no experience, no exposure in the sector, but you're somebody who has excellent listening skills, you've got a really open mind, then this would be perfect for you. In terms of the pay, how much do they pay? This particular opportunity is band 6, so they pay even more than being a nurse. Yes, if you apply for this job as a nurse, you're going to earn a lot more. So nurses start at £28,000 per year. For this particular job, most of them start at band 6, which is over £35,000 per year. So drop a comment in the comment section below and say band 6, £35,000 per year. So the starting salary is between 35 and 40,000 pounds per year. Very, very important. A huge opportunity, and that's why it utterly qualifies for visa sponsorship. And if you've got dependents, yes, you can move or switch with your dependents on this particular visa, and IELTS is not a requirement for the actual job. So that's something that is also a massive advantage. Obviously, in terms of the recruitment process itself, obviously you need to go to the good old NHS jobs. I've done extensively detailed videos on this channel about how to apply for NHS jobs, step-by-step guides, what is needed, what they look out for, and all of that. But if you are somebody who is like, hey Melvis, I'm not sure about what this is, drop a comment in the comment section below and say application. When I see application in the comment section, I know that you need more information about the step-by-step guide, because obviously it is not possible to cram all of this in one video. Because if I try to, I'm gonna have somebody say, Melvis, there you go again, the video is too long, this has happened. There's always going to be people who complain, especially those people who are going to do nothing about what I'm sharing anyway. Because I know that for somebody who is going to implement the things that I'm talking about, let me tell you, the more information I provide, the more likely it is that you're going to succeed, because it is information that you need. That's what they're looking out for in the applications. And let me tell you, some of these applications are not as easy and straightforward when you actually start the application process. And that's why I value people that take time to go through the details rather than, oh my God, here's a link to apply, because that doesn't help. That doesn't help. If that was helpful, I tell you, nobody would be on YouTube watching any of these videos. It's because there are processes. And that's why I urge you, when you see somebody, when you see information that is helpful for you, take time and go through that information. That's the problem that we have. Many of us don't read information. You don't go through. Like, there are times that I spend hours and hours, even days, going through thick UK government documents, hundreds and hundreds of pages, just to pick out one sentence. You know what I mean? It takes a lot, but you've got to have the patience, because it's for your personal and professional development. And let me tell you something, if you don't have the patience yourself to find information about your own personal development, let me tell you, it is unwise to expect other people to do that on your behalf. I'm somebody that I'm very, very open. I'm very, very honest. And if you're watching my videos, you better accept the honesty, because that's what you get. If you're somebody who is very keen on your personal and professional development, you need to take charge in digging that information and doing more fact finding, rather than sit and think, oh my God, Nurse Melvis, how dare she? No, because it's your own personal development. That's what I'm saying. I can give you the hints, I can bring out the info here so that you're aware, but at the end of the day, everybody's got different personal circumstances. Everybody is different. Like I say, with this job, there's a minister of religion visa, there's a religious worker visa, and there's also the skilled worker visa. I don't know who is watching this at this point in time where you fall. That is why it's important that when you take information like this, you do some more fact finding. And by the way, like I said, if you want to talk about your specific circumstances, if you check the comment section below, you see my contact details, my private coaching program, obviously, where I offer one-to-one support. If you need more information about that, check the description box below or the about section of this channel, and you're going to see that info there. But there's something very important I must tell you. Oh my God, with many of these jobs, they use the word chaplain. The reason why they're increasingly using the word chaplain is because, guess what? Drum roll is because they are moving away from that religious title. For example, priest, because once you say priest, it has to be a priest that applies. And again, they're struggling to have enough religious people. If you say pastor, it means that you need to be a qualified pastor to apply. So increasingly, they're using the word chaplain. And the reason I'm saying this is when you go to apply, these are some of the keywords you want to be looking out for. Because if you put things like priest or religious worker or pastor, you may not even see much coming out. And also, in terms of some of the top organizations and some of my favorites when it comes to recruiting for this particular opportunity, you've got Frimley Healthcare, NHS. You've also got Bristol, they've got massive vacancies now. You've got Oxford as well. They've got loads of vacancies at the moment for this opportunity. And when you look, you're going to see all the things I've spoken about, but your supporting information needs to be focused on the things I have mentioned because that's what they're looking for. That's what's going to make you stand out. So you don't want to be the same like everyone else. Oh, I've got empathy. Oh, I've gone here. Oh, I've done that. Look, it gets really boring when you're recruiting and everybody's saying the same thing. You need something that is compelling. You need something that's going to make them look at your application and think, oh my goodness, Melvis, you're exactly who we need. That's the kind of reaction that is needed. And I tell you that it takes time, it takes effort, it takes research, it takes energy to do this successfully. And you don't need to feel that you need somebody to support you, like, myself, for example, or an agent or anybody. No. I always say this, I'm quite open about it because personally, I can't offer one to one support to everybody anywhere. It's not possible. I would love to, but it's not possible. You can sit down, take time, look for the information, apply for these opportunities, look at your CV, look at the application and all of that, and look, you will get the job. I'm telling you that you will get the job. So drop a comment in the comment section below and say, Melvis, I will implement this, because that implementation is what is going to lead you to success. So drop a comment, like I said, and say, Melvis, I will implement this. So because you've watched till now, I absolutely appreciate your time. I wish you the best of luck as you go on to apply for this opportunity. And I'm hoping that you're going to come here with a testimony to share about your success story. Check this out here.